What's up, guys? Welcome to Turner Wrenches, and today I'm going to be showing you the top tech tips you need to be doing every oil change. Let's get started. Today we're working on a 2016 Nissan Rogue 2.5 liters. It's the big boy. All-wheel drive, just simple family car, let's say. Everybody and their grandma has one of these. So, step one, keys in ignition, always unroll the driver's side window. You know how many times I've seen people, and maybe I've done it once or twice, I don't know. Lock the keys in the car, the customer's vehicle, and you're sitting there with the coat hanger, and the customer's watching you through the glass going, "What's she doing?" So, I look like an idiot. I watched it just hanging up to dry, that's what the coat hanger's in the anywho's. So, step one. Leave your window down so you don't want the keys in the car. It happened. Step two. Pop the hood. Figure out how it's open. Okay. Easy to open up. Not too far either. So, tech tip two. Well, a couple things. Go ahead and pop the caps off. You don't forget to fill it when you. Can you even see me at that angle? Let me turn you. Oh, hey, here. Oh, there you go. Okay, well, what section? We can zoom in here. Ah, it's too far. Go back to where we were. Okay. So, like I'm saying, leave these caps off. So you don't forget to fill whatever it is back up with fluid. Always, while you're doing any sort of preventative maintenance, anytime you have the vehicle in the shop, really, for any repair, maintenance, anything like that, you want to be checking oil, fluids, anything important, brakes. Depends on if you have it up in the air or not. Check the front end, slide underneath it, look if there's any excessive oil leaks. I mean, you check the fluid levels. If one's low, or check the condition of it, then you know to go a little bit further. But basic things, you're going to be checking lights, you're going to be checking brakes, you're going to be checking tire pressure, you're going to be checking filters, air filter, we got the cabin air filter, we're going to be checking transmission fluid, if easily accessible. Anywho, couple things. Oh, okay, so tech tip number two. We're kind of like on three. Kind of because you check all the fluids while you got it in for the oil change. You'll just change the oil. So three. Now, it's probably the most important one. You take the oil cap off the engine, like I said, when you're popping caps off. Always put it in the hood latch. Because that way, you go do your oil change, ready to oil out. All right, ready to go. I'm going. Right, I'm going to make double time on this one. And you go to slam the hood, and you can't shut it. It won't shut. Then you go, oh, I broke the customer's oil cap. But it's a lot cheaper to buy an oil cap than it is to buy an engine. Okay, that's the theory behind that. So always take the oil cap in and put it in the hood latch. Okay. So the next thing we're going to be doing is going to lift the vehicle up in the air. And you can do this with ramps. That's actually probably the quickest, easiest way to do it. Or, if you have jack stands, you can jack the vehicle up. So jack stands underneath it. If you're see me under there, then reach that, but then you can't really see anything else or do anything special underneath it. I wouldn't recommend that. So I'm going to be using quick jacks, TBS set of quick jacks, is what I'm saying. Go ahead and set those up real quick. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this. So I'm going to be using quick jacks. If anybody's ever used these, they're kind of butt to slide under here, but once you got it up in the air, it's okay. It's not so bad. It's really easy on the guy's knees. Oh. So I'll get you under here and show you where you're lifted at. You're looking right here. You want to lift on what's called the pinch welds. It's this reinforced section of metal. You can see how it's stacked up right there specifically. So the entire thing's a pinch weld. However, there are reinforced places for you to jack up the vehicle from. And this is generally used for two-post lifts. So if you're working in a shop, you slide the pads here. There's some in the rear. I'll show you those in a second. But, ouch. So you want to go ahead and get your pads right where these two notches are. You're going to see, like I said, see how it's reinforced? You got a pointer in here. So right here and here, extra reinforcement. That's where you want to lift. You see, guys, just sticking the jack under here, and then this gets all folded over, and you're done after that. So don't do that. Lift in the appropriate spots. That's tactic number 4, actually, already. And here is what the rear looks like. A lot of the same. See, it's extra reinforced on the pinch welds. That's where you want to lift. See? Like this. Like this guy right here. Here's a tech tip for you. There's nothing freaking quick about quick jacks. I don't know why they call them quick jacks. Should be takes an hour jacks. But once it's up in the air, it is a little bit nicer. 30, allegedly safer. We don't know. We don't know. Feeding slide is really easy. That's a lie. Alright, recap. See if it leaks this time. Always leak. Always leak. Where's the button? Okay. See, just start, and you don't have to look, just start lifting it. Right post. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Are you filling it with fluid? Uh-oh. Oh, they're moving. Oh, hey, too much. Stop it. Okay, gotta get down here. You gotta slide it. Almost pinch welds we talked about, alright? Yeah, you gotta make sure it's perfect. Take your time. Oh. Should be called pain in the butt jacks. That's what they should be. Do this. Just find a jack and just start. Oh, you do the other side. With me. Up and down. Up and down. Slow jacks. Tangled jacks. That's what we'll call them. So many cords and lines and hoses. Let's do another video called Top 10 Things I Hate About Quick Jacks. Back and forth. Make it sure it's in the, what's your finger? Oh, okay. Go when you hear. Easy. Oh, okay, it's got the auto locking system. Make sure vehicle's in park. Common sense is your friend. Don't fall. Down. Alright, once you get it up, lower it back down on the locks. Double check it. Okay, we're on the locks. That way, if you blow a line, you blow a cylinder, it's already as down as it's gonna go. So it won't drop. Ideally, it's gonna catch a lock, but just in case it wants to skip over it. I don't make sure, well, OSHA wrote it, okay? It wasn't me. All right, now the vehicle's up in the air, start the oil change. 4 hours later. So you're gonna figure out what size your drain plug is. This one just so happens to be a 14. Guessed it on the first one. No, took me 4 tries. anyways, we're gonna go ahead and make sure your ratchet's all loosen, righty loosey, lefty tighty. There we go. That's nice and loose. Perfect. Make sure you have an oil pan underneath it. You guys can see that. Did I block it with the oil pan? Oh, you can see. Alright. I'll make sure it's facing the right way so it doesn't splash right back in your face. If you have a drain pan like mine, make sure you pop that breather or else that thing's going to fill up. And there's nowhere to bleed displace the air where the oil goes in, and it's just going to overflow and get all over your shop floor. Ask me how I know. So let's see if I'm as good as I think I am. Oh, no, got it all over my finger. Not good at all. Condition looks good. Just, it's a little scooch over the mark. All right. So we're gonna let that drain. Also, the reason we take the oil filter cap off, the same reason we take the breather cap off of the drain pan. If you don't take it off, it's going to create a vacuum. The fluid's just going to blah, 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 burp out of there. But if you know, it's pulling air in as the oil's draining out. So there you go. So let that drain for, book says 10 minutes, but as soon as it goes from a stream to a drip, slam her back in. All right. And next, we're going to get access to the oil filter. I wonder where I put that on this one. Probably in the trunk. Nice and easy to get to. Quick access. And I'm back. Right, here we go. So now we're looking for the oil filter. And this one just so happens to be all the way over here. Right over here. So let me make sure you can get a good shot at that. We're back to the oil filter. Oil filter, after we've repositioned the pan, as you saw earlier. So you can continue to let the engine oil drain. Then you're going to go ahead and see this little guy in here. Rather than taking this entire panel off, you can get away actually just hooking it on the caliper there. Just bend it out of the way. It'll spring back. We're not going to be in there that long. Don't worry. Then I'm going to go ahead, crack it loose. Oh. Okay, gonna crack it, let it drain. Well, now it hit the subframe. It's gonna go everywhere. Great. You're not supposed to do that. Why are you doing that? Yeah, there you go. Here you go. Perfect. Let it stream out. Get a little bit more. Oh, oh, and she's just gonna pour for a little bit. Make sure, this is tech tip number 5. Always make sure your old O-ring on your oil filter isn't stuck to the block, the oil filter housing, because you're going to go ahead and screw on your new oil filter, and you're going to double gasket that, and that's going to last until it gets out of the door and the customer drives in it, hops in it, hits the freeway, then that seal's going to blow oil all over the road. They're going to blow their engine up. They're going to come back and you just did an oil change on it. Now my engine seized because we had oil and oil leak. So, yeah, always check for that seal. Make sure it's not stuck on the block and it came out with the filter. Let that sit in there. Okay, let that drain again until it turns from stream to a drip. Oh, there it goes. Next thing we want to do, always make sure you lubricate that O-ring. Oh, so you're going to be pulling that thing out, maybe a little on the threads. We don't know. We don't know. Just like that. Okay? That way it doesn't weld itself on there while you're trying to, for the next guy. Make sure your mating surface is clean. I can see it from here. Make sure it's all clean. If not, wipe it off with a rag, shoot it off with some brake clean. Okay? Go ahead and spin that on. And we're going to go pretty much as tight as you can get it with your hand. So wipe off all the excess oil. If you got a little brake clean, shoot it off. Easy peasy. Okay, once that's done, you can go back to your, it's still streaming. How is that possible? So, tech tip number, what were we on? 6? I think we're on 6. Drain plug torque specs. You can look it up in your workshop manual, and Google it, YouTube it, I don't know. Find the proper torque specs. Take a grease marker, write it on the pan so you can torque it to spec every single stinking time. This one just so happens to be 35 Newton meters. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that on there real quick. Make sure it's clean and dry. Oh, 35 Isaac Newton meters. Another thing, if you got a crush washer, always replace the crush washer on the drain plug. Well, what am I doing? Goodness, 35. Do it. Oh, see? It buzzed. It buzzed. Make sure you wipe off any excess oil so the customer doesn't think, hey, this car's leaking oil now, you just did an oil change on it. Don't be that guy, okay? Next thing I want to show you guys, really convenient. You take a label maker, write it in a grease pen, I don't know, use your mom's lipstick, I don't care. But write how much oil goes in the engine and the viscosity, okay? Way easier for the next guy. All right, so now we've got everything buttoned up underneath. Check, check, pre-check, everything's wiped up. Oil filter is tight. Actually need to pull that little piece of plastic back. All right, now that we've got everything buttoned up, we're gonna go ahead and put oil back in the vehicle. Okay, so again, for your owner's manual, check all data, Mitchell, whatever repair manual you have, workshop manual, Google. Make sure you're putting the correct viscosity. Today, we're gonna be using the Costco flavor. And I like the Costco flavor. It's cheap, but Texas approved. Good enough for Corvettes. And it's got the API little starburst on there. So it's good oil. I like it. There's better oil, obviously. But I'm not putting this in her car, okay? This goes in my car. It's too good for her. Yeah, way too good. Give her the crappy oil, so I'm paying. It's cheap. She drives more than I do. All right. Now this one takes 4.6 quarts. I'll check it for you. Open it before you. Huh? See? Sometimes you use the cap of the skizzers. You can use a funnel, or you can pour it over the engine bay. You don't care. But if you're using a funnel, always make sure it's clean. Not pour a bunch of dirt in there. Perfect. Oh, looky there. I've never had that before. Apparently, I've actually never had that before. Already popped off for the oil fill cap. Sitting right there on the valve cover. Wow. Okay. Make sure that doesn't pop out either. Same with the oil filter already. Tech number 72. I don't know what we're on. I just renamed the video. Tech tips for doing oil changes. Do this. If you want to. It's a free country. Do it. I don't care. Anyway, I've been told I know how to fix cars. Right, make sure it's back in the hood latch. Don't move it until you fill it up with oil, Brennan. Don't move it until you fill it up with oil. Idiot. You're doing a video. Okay? Doing a video. Be smart. 4.6. It's actually pouring out. Make sure you got the right one. Pour it in. Some for leaks. 4.6. Set it on a flat level surface. Don't trip over ratchet on the ground. Pick your tools up after you're done using them. 4.6, almost there. Oh. That's 4.5. We need another 0.1. Good to go. Of course, we're going to check it. Let me let that drain for a second. Actually, while that's draining, like I preached before, I'm going to top all the fluids off while we're in here. Check the fluids, check everything. I'll show you all how to do that in the other video. This is just oil change check test. That goes there. Oh, perfect. Just push the foil in anywhere. Don't spill. Gosh, I'm good sometimes. 50% of the time, I get it in every time. You take the whole gallon. Oh, half the gallon's on the floor. Stop when you're near the top. Always check the wipers too. So as you fill something, shut the cap. Don't forget. This should be done draining now. Rag. Funnel up on there. Don't drip on the customer's vehicle. Oil's in. Cap from the hood latch in. Back on the engine. Big magnet. Investigate why that's stuck. Toy. Okay. Thing you can do, tap, twit, 370 millimeters. Go ahead and pull that dipstick up before you start the vehicle. That way you don't have to dip it again, wipe it and dip it again. So you're going to start the vehicle, run it for about 10 seconds, shut her down. Get a prime the system. Fill the oil filter. You gotta wait a little bit for the oil to settle back down. It's cold. Okay. All right. Pull it. Pull it out. See right where we're at. Right between the hash marks. Perfect. Go ahead and. Oh, we're good. You got wash fluid everywhere. Who did that? And he ran off. Okay. Who is that? Air filter. That's what we're going to do. Alright, you lower the vehicle back down. Very important, quick checks. Make sure you don't have any lines or hoses that swung underneath the tire. Going back down. And here we go. Oh, you gotta go up first. And release safety, like that. Come up. Yep. Come down. All right. Easy. It's okay. Ah. Noises. That's that, folks. Coming down. Is that coming down? Sit down. right, the last thing you want to do, typically when you're driving it out the door, or actually, a lot of times I'll do this. Why does that look so dirty in the camera? It's not that, oh, it is dirty. Goodness, filthy woman. Ew. All right, last thing you want to do is always reset the oil reminder light. The maintenance reminder light, whatever it has, whatever flavor it has. So this one is 2016 Nissan Rogue. Rogue. Whatever country you're in, however you pronounce it. Okay, you go down here, you can actually set your intervals. I've got synthetic, full synthetic fluid, full synthetic oil. Go ahead and push that, hold it. Oh, just tap it. There you go. All right. So now we're reset. Another thing you can do, you put a little sticker on the corner here. You can use a label maker. You can use a piece of tape right on it. Napa, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, they'll give you a roll actually of little oil maintenance, little oil stickers. You can write in your own mileage, stuff like that. They don't last too long. They're gonna fade in the sun. But so another thing I like to do, just to make sure, so you got it on your screen here, obviously, but you can go in to the trip and reset the trip. You can see I'm a little over 6,000. Okay, it's been a busy holidays, but you can go ahead and trip reset. You got 2 of them. Nobody ever uses it. Go ahead and reset the trip. So that way you know exactly how many miles you've gone between your oil change intervals. So, there you go. Now deliver back to the customer. A girlfriend, or put it back in your driveway. I don't care. Alright, last thing, make sure you didn't leave anything in the engine bay, tools, rags, anything like that. So, do it. Close it up. Triple, quadruple check. There we go. Hey guys, just wrapped up the video on the top tech tips you need to be doing every oil change. If you guys have any tips that you do, please let me know. Put it in the comments down below. Maybe I'll incorporate it into my routine. Let me know, guys, what you thought of my tech tips. If there's anything you do differently, please let me know too. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. We'll see you next time.